crunching up my noodles. Okay, this video is not going to be anything spectacular. If you're looking for spectacular, this is not really the video for you. I'm just going to make myself some lunch out here along the Appalachian Trail in northwestern New Jersey. And mainly, that's not really what the video is about, but that's what I'm doing. And the video is just going to be a little bit of an update, mainly for my friends over at the Everyday Carry Community Forum, and just to let them know what's been going on and say thank you for a great year of having fun with you guys. All right, just going to make myself some lunch. So bright out here, it's kind of hard to see what's going on, obviously. But sounds like it's going good. This Exotac waterproof bit carrier, not sure I love it. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. I don't think it's necessary, really. Anyway, now hopefully it's in frame. You guys can see that that's a homemade Fancy Feast stove. This is what I normally use. I much prefer it. I've made them both with carbon felt and with the fiberglass inside. Works good either way. There's no reason to buy stuff from Mini Bull Design unless you're into his higher end aluminum, machined things. But for soda can, DIY stuff, it's not really worth it. I ended up with a bunch of Mini Bull Design stoves because I'm a regular viewer of his channel, and I pretty much have seen everything the guy's ever done. But yeah, so anyway, one time I watched a tinny video. I was like the first or second person to see it, according to the specs underneath the box there. But he had a prototype box, which he sells proto boxes a lot anyway. He just happened to show like the 4 or 5 stoves that he was putting in there, and I snapped that up for 25 bucks. And I also have purchased from him over the years iMusic mugs, which this is one of them, and the lids that he makes. Those are great lids. In this bag, I don't have one of his lids. This is another lid, but I do own a couple of his lids. I'm only boiling up a little more than 2 cups of water because I like my ramen noodles kind of dry, and the rest I'm going to use for hot chocolate. Pretty exciting watching the water boil, right? Now, where I'm having lunch here is along the Appalachian Trail. We're almost back to the Millbrook Road. It's like the second major road crossing if you start from the Route 80 Delaware Water Gap parking lot and head north. So, yeah. I will say just south of here, there's a fire tower, and the Kittatinny Ridge. It's an awesome spot to hammock camp. I mean, there's good hanging spots just overlooking the valley. I mean, you're basically on top of a cliff. It's fantastic. But the whole section of New Jersey and of the Appalachian Trail, there's all kinds of great stuff. I mean, you obviously don't have the height you would up in New England, but you got all kinds of up and down, varied terrain. I love it. It's very fortunate that I have this resource in my backyard. What else you guys want to talk about? Oh, I should say that somebody saw one of my bag videos and thought that my American flag patch was upside down. The American flag on this bag and other bags that I have, or pretty much any flag that I own, I've been flying it upside down probably for the better part of 10 or 12 years. It's basically a political statement, and not that I want this channel to get all political, but it's the international sign of distress. It's subtle. If you know what you're looking at, you'll kind of get an idea about how I feel about what's going on. And it's not anti-Trump. I personally think if Trump puts strict constitutionalist judges and jurists all throughout the federal courts, including the Supreme Court, that's probably the best chance we have at getting back to something that the founders would recognize. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, to the guy who asked about the flag, yeah, it's intentional. So that's a little explanation on that. All right, so yeah, that's basically my flag issue. Not to get all deep into it, but EDC gear. Well, besides my wingman there, this bag that I'm using today doesn't have all my normal day hiking stuff, so I grabbed this Spyderco Assist mainly because of the whistle. I like to have signaling. I have a small signal mirror too. I brought out a Swiss Army knife, which I wouldn't normally carry. More typical of what I carry is paracord in a pocket. I also carry some kind of Spyderco Endura. This one happens to be a wave version. Got a Ryan Leach pocket clip on there, or Lynch titanium clip. I love that thing. I got my ever faithful constant companion BLF A6, which is also sold as an Astrolux S1, I think they call it. For backup, I have this Olight S1A. What else I got in my pockets? Just my cell phone. Oh yeah, I got a bandana in my right back pocket, a buff in my left back pocket. That's pretty much it. Starting to see some bubbles, so that's always a good sign. I'd like to thank the Florida Woods Bum and Married to the Medic for getting me my Everyday Carry Community sticker. La 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 la. Looks beautiful, right? Now during the summertime, even though we're in New Jersey, this is the Kittatinny Ridge is locally referred to, and I guess in other, on backpacker forums and stuff, sometimes referred to as Rattlesnake Ridge. And yeah, there's some rattlesnakes up here. I went with 2 bags of hot chocolate because, that's how I roll. Just going to listen for the boil. Very exciting, right? This is the remnants of the so-called blizzard. We got about 26, 27 inches in my backyard. It was kind of hard to be 100% accurate because of the wind and the drifts, but substantial amount. There's about a foot left here in the woods, but where you get direct sun and like driveways and whatnot, it's mostly melted. So my little homemade pot stand seems like it's working okay. This is like the 2nd or 3rd time I used it. There's 2 YouTube channels with I think they might be friends, but they're Japanese guys, I think, and they build all kinds of like really cool stands, stoves, very like designer stuff, It's pretty neat. Well, I'm starting to see some steam come through my little vent hole in my lid. Now, even though I have a 3 foot by 3 foot, well, it's smaller than that now because I've used a bunch of it, but I have a bunch of carbon felt at my house. You can buy like a welder's blanket, basically. I have yet to wrap the handle on this my Musa pot. I'm going to get to that at some point, but I'm going to have to use my Leatherman to deal with the heat. Ooh, definitely going to be boiling soon. What else you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about how come I have 1 clean canteen and 1 Nalgene bottle? I don't really know. I normally go with the clean canteens, mainly the uninsulated one. That happens to be an insulated one. But got those Nalgene bottles. My kids use the Nalgene at school. I guess the top is easier to drink out of, and recently they had a sale. I picked up a bunch of them for like $5 a piece. That's a no-brainer. All right, I think we're going to be good to go here. Take my sunglasses off. Whoops. Okay, so my pot stand works great for boiling, but not so great for stirring stuff on. Let that sit for a while. So yeah, these are a prescription variant of the Wiley X's, I think. And why do I have white ones? Well, even though I'm a fat middle-aged guy now, used to be heavily into mountain biking. Still like mountain biking. In fact, there's going to be some mountain biking stuff coming up soon. But used to be a big admirer of Greg Herbold. Okay, he's the kind of guy who would wear white sunglasses. I have like a big poster of him out in my garage, wearing some white Ray-Ban looking things. But yeah, him, Sean Palmer. I mean, you got to be some kind of like, self-confident dude to pull off the white sunglasses. And frankly, you know what? I'm that kind of guy. Dang, that's hot. So even though there's like 8, 10, 12 inches of snow all over the place, track season started, and if you've listened carefully to every stupid thing I've said on a video, you know that my sons run track, and the one that's in high school runs cross country as well. But yeah, it's started up, but you can't run on the track because you can't shovel it or snow blow it because it's some kind of special material. I don't know, whatever. But my older guy, they issued longer track shorts. He's completely against that, even though he's like 6 feet tall, slender guy. But yeah, he wanted the 1970s short shorts. So him and a bunch of his cross country buddies went and found some old ones probably from when I went to high school at the same place. Turned in their long ones and got some short ones. I think they're gonna get some like long those white tube socks with the color coordinated stripes. Oh man, you're gonna be looking like something out there. It's about 30 degrees out here, by the way, so that mini atomic on 1 ounce of fuel, maybe a little less than an ounce of fuel since there's still a little left in there, did pretty good, with cold water that's been sitting out in my truck with probably like 40 degrees. So did a nice job. Again, Tinny makes some awesome stuff. Like his lids, fantastic. I would buy a lid from him in a minute. And his other stoves, like especially the wick stoves that he mills out from aluminum stock, totally worth it if you're into that kind of thing. I being cheap and Dutch, I think it's not really cost efficient. I mean, you can do the same thing with a cat food can and a tomato paste can. And actually what's so cool about that is you don't need a pot stand, so I can use my carbon felt to not burn my little fingers. And I normally have a little piece of carbon felt that I stick underneath. I use this like corrugated plastic. Didn't melt completely, but I don't know if that would hold up indefinitely. So yeah, I can't even see. Can you guys see me? I guess so, right? You guys want to watch me eat ramen noodles? Very exciting. This is the kind of stuff people would like tune in for, right? Not really. So yeah, not much is going on elsewise. So yeah, coming up on the channel, got a review and some quick fixes to make it a little better for the Motobacane Lurch fat tire bike. My wife and I got a couple of those, and been riding it around. It's pretty good in the snow. Not this much snow. You need like hard packed snow or stuff that's been like melted and then frozen. If you only had like 4 or 5 inches. Trying to ride through like a foot of fresh snow, that's a non-starter, My one son also got a new giant road bike with I forget what it's called, to be honest with you, but it's an all 105 bike with hydraulic disc brakes. It's pretty cool. So I'm probably going to see some bike stuff coming up, which is obviously, I'm a fat, out of shape guy. It's not really what I'm known for, but to be fair, for about 10 or 15 years of my life, I worked at a bicycle store after school, while I was in college, and as a second job when I was first married. But I used to be a lot more fit. But besides that, my wife and I actually got married in Las Vegas. I don't, if I've talked to you, if you're a friend of mine from the forum, you know that maybe. But yeah, and then we spent the first 4 days of our honeymoon at Interbike. So yeah, that's how serious my wife and I were into cycling. But yeah, so I'm probably going to do a video on buying a bike from Bikes Direct. These are like the third bikes that we bought from them. We bought a single speed one time, couple years ago. I'll discuss it, you know, just basically, you know, from the value perspective, and if you're really saving a lot of money. Short answer is, you're not really saving a lot of money. You save some money, but it's not like the half that they claim. So, but that's an interesting topic, I think. But, you know, if you have all the equipment you need, bicycle stand, you know, some specialized tools. You don't really need a lot of specialized tools, but it helps sometimes to do certain things. You know, if you have the skill and the tools, it's, you know, you can save a little bit of money. Anyway, so there's going to be that, and yeah. What else? I have a couple of flashlights that I was getting ready to review. I just haven't had time. I've filmed a lot of stuff. I just have like no time to edit it all down and make it look semi-presentable. I mean, as you guys know, this YouTube channel sucks, and you know, even with my best effort, so I can't just like throw it together because it would really be bad. Just another look at my stand right here. Just a thumb screw and a wing nut, a washer. Right, folds flat. You can open it up for little pots, big pots, depending on your stove, whatever. Folds flat. Just got the bar stock from one of my relatives who welds and does that kind of stuff. So it's just some stainless steel, and bent it up. You know, it's not even perfect. I just bent it up quick with some linesman dikes, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Pot stand. So yeah. How long have you guys been watching me eat? That's ridiculous. All right. Let me see what time it is. All right. Doing good on time. I'd like to really thank the staff at the Everyday Carry community for a great year. I'd like to thank the Florida Woods Bum for starting it all, and you know, I mean, it's really been a great year. You know, like I can't even tell you the last time I was on the other place. And actually, you know what? I was there not that long ago. Somebody from the Budget Light forum tried to post something about O-Light, and you know, it was a review of a light that they got for free, and that's against the rules. Whatever, you know, I understand it, but like, yeah, it's like Holiday and Mumbo Jumbo were over there. First off, Mumbo Jumbo didn't answer the question the kid was asking about a tactical light. He just told them what, you know, what he tells everybody, zebra light, and then which is not a tactical light, let's be honest. And then the Holiday got in there and was like all over the guy, and then there was some back and forth. So yeah, there's still the same. I was going to say a bad word. They're still not the nice people that we left over there. That's kind of funny. But other than following that link to see what the bun fight was all about, I haven't been over there in forever. I don't even, and when I do go, by the way, I sneak in so they don't know who I am. I'd like to thank, you know, the people that have privately contacted me to make sure I was okay. Wondering where I was. Just want to say I'm fine. Everything's good. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm sure that sucked. I mean, I'm sure that wasn't very good. You can't say the word suck.